I mean, and sometimes with using another IP address directly.
Yeah.
Without.
Of course, you can use both of them. I'm Mike, the same as my social security number in Sweden. So if you call me with my first name, if you call me with my last name, if you call me with my, I don't know, social security number, it will be the same. All of them will forward it to me. But there's something. You tell me that, for example, Google got a different address. Yes, Google can. And it's really has the different IP addresses. For example, with Google. This is in Sweden. This server is, I don't know, some IP address in Norway. This server, some IP address is in the United States. So, whenever you send a request for the Google, it's not always just one computer. They've got different servers as a backup on different places. In Japan, in, I don't know, we call it data centers. So there are a lot of data centers. So there are thousands of data centers around the world. So if you're sending a request from Sweden, if there are lots of traffic in here and also in Sweden, they just forward you to the data center for the Google in the United States, and you can see the page. So different data centers will get the different IP addresses, but the result is the same because all of them are connected. The information on this server is exactly the same as the others. So for you as the user, it doesn't really matter which server you're going to connect, because at least you get your own information. So the routers will give you the best way to the Google website. But we never said that you've got tens of Googles. We always said that we just have one Google server. They don't care if you connect it here or here or here. It could be. I don't know. I just make an example. It could be like this. It could be just one server in the United States. Who cares? Definitely for small pages, I don't know. They've got one server in somewhere safe. I don't know, in some country. But for some giant companies, they have Google, Yahoo, Microsoft, and lots of other things. Definitely there are lots of backup servers around the world that if, for example, there are lots of requests from Asia to United States, they will forward you to Japan. It will be the same server because all of them are replicating together. What does it mean replicate? It's like a synchronized. They are always updated. All of them are the same. So it could be one page with tens of IP addresses. Not just different in different places. Maybe they're in the same building, but with the different IP addresses, with the different uplinks. It doesn't really matter. As I said, it really depends on your situation how to design a network. It's not really concerned that you just need to have 1 or 2 or 10 things. It really depends. So I've told you about the DNS server. Is there anything else? So that's the end. Yeah, as I told you in the next slide, we've got HTTP protocol. So we want to see the Google web page. We're using our Internet Explorer, and Internet Explorer will use port number 80 to send a request to the Cisco website that I'm going to use your web server. How it could happen when you send your request on port 80, it will give you the web result. So, as you can see, you're sending the request, and it will give it to the HTTP server, and after that, the result will be back to you, exactly back to you yourself. Did it ever happen that you send a request for viewing Yahoo and they will give you Gmail, I don't know, something else? No, never happened. Why? Because when you're sending one request, there are also two addresses, source and destination. And the destination, they just change the address. So it will be back to you, exactly back to you, not to someone else.
For all of the websites, for viewing web page, we use port 80.
Yeah.
And where is
port 80 is the port for viewing web pages, for HTTP requests.
I mean, where is the port 80?
I will tell you later. Ports is the same as rooms in a building. When you say that I want to view BTH website, it means BTH port number 80. In BTH, there are tens of departments, calculus department, math departments, electrical engineering, library. You need to go to the help desk. Okay, imagine that. It's the same as help desk. So when you enter the BTH campus, they will give you the map, and there are lots of rooms numbers. And you will find, oh, so the help desk is port number 80. So you're going to room number 80.
Right, but you know, in BTH maybe it's room number 80, but in another.
Yes, that's why we're using protocols. That's why we just standard. We've got standards here, and all of the, if you want to use this protocol, you have to follow the standards. Your web page will be number 80. It means that if you're going to the other universities, you just need to go to room number 80 to find the help desk. So that's exactly why we're using protocols, because all of them must be the same. We've got a rule for all the things. There are some fixed things, and this is one of them. So that's the reason that we are using the protocols to organize the things. You don't need to go and find the port address for each kind of thing. The TCP/IP will tell you if you've got a web page, if you've got the HTTP server, it must be on port 80. So that's the meaning of a standard. Okay?
But when we are moving from page to page in a, for example, BTH website, we are again on the port 80, yes?
If you ask the information desk 100 questions, is it the different room? No. You're still in that room, but you are asking, one of us ask about these kinds of information, the other ones ask about how to log into the network, the other ones just say why you're closed on Sundays and Saturdays, but you also can reserve a room, things like that. But all of you are in the same place. So it means that if you're going from Google web page to the other web page, or even inside the one domain, for example, inside the Cisco training domain. So if you go to page, you are still using the Internet Explorer or Mozilla or Firefox. So everything that happens inside that page would be port number 80. But you can also ask the FTP, send the FTP request via Internet Explorer. So that's something else. But whenever you are using Internet Explorer or any kind of browsers, you are using port number 80. But you can also change it. You can say that because of security. You can say that I don't want to use my web page. I don't want to put my web page on the port number 80. Anyone who wants to use my web page should send a request on port number, 60. So it's possible. So you can write cisco.com, // or anything, port number 60. It is also possible, but generally all of them are port 80.
Excuse me, have we reached the discussion of TCP/IP?
I don't know. I'm just push the next, and after that I will find what kind of slide do I have. So describe the features of POP, means Post Office Protocol, and SMTP protocol, and how this protocol support email server. For example, you've got a client who wants to send an email to someone else. So he's using SMTP protocol for sending email to